हरमनप्रीत, आपने वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप में भी कारनामा किया जूनियर में, और यहाँ पे भी आपने कारनामा किया। पूरे टीम का परफॉर्मेंस को कैसे आंकते हैं?
बिल्कुल, क्योंकि यंग प्लेयर्स भी थे जो जूनियर टीम में थे, जो वर्ल्ड कप के टाइम थे, एंड आई थिंक कॉम्बिनेशन बहुत अच्छा था, एंड सभी बहुत अच्छा खेले यहाँ पे, अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस रही है सारी टीम की। थैंक यू।
Graham Reed, coach, may I just ask this question once again? I mean, how do you rate the complete team as such?
The performance of the complete team.
Look, if you're talking about today's match, then I think it was a fantastic performance. Apart from the first 7 or 8 minutes, we were a little bit asleep, I think, and of course against a team like Germany, you pay the price, and you could tell from the very first whistle that they were very pumped today, as in the Germans were, and so we paid the price early, but after that, the next pretty much 3 quarters we were switched on. You saw some very nice hockey from both teams, but I think we were able to put the ball in the net, which has been lacking at certain stages during the tournament. But I think today was really a great fight back. We got back to 1-1, and then they got back to on top of us, and 3-1 down. And I think one of the pleasing performances of the day was to be 3-1 down after having lost the semi-final. Most teams would struggle a little bit with that mentally, and I think it showed you where the group was today when we came back to 2-3 and then back to 3-3, and then getting up to 5-3 it was quite a wonderful performance today.
Great performance, coach.
Harmanpreet, thank you so very much for talking to us.
Question from Shoma Jyoti. He's from PTI. Coach, this is for you. How big is it an achievement for you personally?
Yeah, I was talking to someone the other day. I think if you mix the Olympic Games with hockey, and how much we all love the game and love the sport, if you mix India in with that, I think most people around the world would feel very proud and privileged to see what we saw today, and it certainly means a lot for me. We've done a lot of hard work in the last 2 years. We've made a lot of sacrifices, and we've been in and out of quarantine for probably 8 of those 15 months, and to see the result that we got today was pretty special. Yeah.
All right, next question from Ashwin Ferro. He's from the Midday. What changed for the Indian team between the first quarter, where we conceded early, and the fourth quarter, where we were on the offensive and much quicker? What did we do differently, Coach?
Pretty similar to the way I answered before. I think we started a little bit asleep, to be totally honest, and I think we were perhaps a little bit too casual and maybe underestimated how switched on the Germans were. So I think the second half of the first quarter, we started to wake up and started to play some good hockey, and then I think you consistently saw an improvement as you go. One of the things that we talked about before the game was it was no doubt that during a game like today, you were going to get into trouble. Things are not going to go well. And so we talked about before the game that we need to find another level. We need to find the next level when things go bad. And that's what I think you saw today. You saw us digging deep, trying to play fast, aggressive, attacking hockey, and it paid off today, and I think that the other thing we've been saying a lot is that you have to dare to lose to be able to win, and so you have to put some risks out there. You have to be aggressive, and I think we were today.
All right, thank you, Coach. We have the next question from Mona Parthasarthi. She's with PTI Bhasha. Harman, ये आपके लिए है.
Nandini, I will also would like to ask a question after.
We'll come back to you. Yeah, we'll come back to you. Harman, आपने ये जो गोल्डन एरा के बारे में बात करते हैं सभी, you know, about all those 8 gold medals जो इंडिया ने जीता है. आप शायद तब आप पैदा भी नहीं हुए थे, तो you know, they were on the verge of winning. आप on the verge of winning Olympic medal in your debut. आपका तो ये second Olympic Games है, पर for a lot of them in the team, it is a debut Olympic Games. So, in a country that is mad for hockey, what does this win mean to you, to the team and the sport?
I think सभी इंडियन के लिए I think और जितने भी हम प्लेयर्स हैं तो उनके लिए बहुत स्पेशल मोमेंट है, क्योंकि ओलंपिक में मेडल लेके आना बहुत बड़ी बात है. एंड इसमें जैसे कोच ने बोला है कि बहुत सैक्रिफाइस किया है. 1.5 ईयर हम बेंगलोर में थे, लॉकडाउन था, एंड जैसे बोला इन आउट हो रहे थे, है ना, प्रैक्टिस चल रही है, सडनली ऑफ हो जा रहा है, ये सब चीजें. बट जो मेनली हमारा फोकस था कि अपना मेंटली स्ट्रांग रहना है हमें, क्योंकि हमें पता है कि हमारा फोकस किस चीज पे होना चाहिए, और वही चीज पे हमने फोकस किया उस टाइम में. आई थिंक वो जितना भी टाइम हमने स्पेंड किया है एक साथ एज ए फैमिली किया था, तो आई थिंक वो बहुत हमें हेल्प किया. एंड या सेकंड ओलंपिक बोलूँगा अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस रहा है, एंड सभी टीम ने बहुत अच्छा एफर्ट दिया है, एंड उसकी वजह से हम जीते हैं.
Fantastic. Thanks, Harman. Jaspreet, you can go next, please.
Hi, Graham. How are you?
I'm well, Jazzy. Yourself?
Yeah, breathing now?
Yes. The pacemakers kicked back in again.
Okay. And Harman, congratulations to you as well, man.
Thank you.
Finally. And what's the count of your Twitter followers now, Graham?
So I've had to switch.
Wrong person. Should ask women's team.
It's right, yeah. The women's team coach has probably 4 times more than I do, but no, it's been on the just been going bing 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 in the background here. So yeah, all good.
Okay, coach. On a serious note, my question is on a trend that I have noticed since you have joined in 2018, especially in the last not 1 year, because we didn't play in that 1 year, but whatever we got to play, a trend I have noticed that at halftime you say something to the team. I don't know what, and I don't know whether you want to share it or not, but you say something to teams that changes their pattern altogether in the next 30 minutes. It happened today as well, and I think it's a big day enough for you to reveal that today.
It's a good question. It's interesting that I always think as a coach, you come up with some things at halftime and you craft it and you go, okay, that's sounds really good, and then you ask the players after the game, what did I say at halftime, and they have no idea what you said.
Harman, you want to add to that? No, I'm sure. कुछ तो बोलो यार, बड़ा दिन है.
यही बोलूंगा एक्चुअली ना, सब बात करते हैं क्योंकि ओलंपिक्स में मैच इजी कोई भी नहीं होता है, चाहे वो लीग मैचेस हो चाहे कोई भी हो, तो लाइक कोच का कॉन्फिडेंस मतलब हर टाइम शो करते हैं. और ऑफ टाइम में भी यही है कि अपना जो प्रोसेस है जिसकी हम बात करते हैं, आई थिंक उसको हम अपनी हॉकी खेलें रादर देन ये सोच के कि हार रहे हैं जब अब क्या होगा, ये वो अपने पे बिलीव करो. मोस्टली हम यही टीम भी यही बात करती है कि बिलीव करो अपने में, जो अपना हार्डवर्क हमने किया है उस पर बिलीव करो, दैट्स इट. अपना सिंपल हॉकी का, तो प्ले सिंपल हॉकी.
और ना डिफेंडर्स की आदत होती है डांटने की. आपने आज किस को डांटा है?
नो सर, डांटना नहीं, मैं बहुत लाइटली बात करता हूं. अभी नहीं एग्रेसिव ना.
I think maybe quarter time today. I think that's probably
no, I'm not.
Come on.
But the first word board पे था calm. You remember?
Yeah, you're right. No,
first word था calm.
Calm.
Place को याद है.
On which board? The drawing board that you have with you?
Yeah, at halftime, that was one of my points. Was calm. It's actually been quite a common theme through this Olympics has been to, you know, clear the mind a little bit, calm, make sure that when we go back out, we have a clear head to work with, and because I think what you find in the Olympics is that you know, you don't really need to rev them up too much because the Olympics already does that, and so sometimes it's more just a matter of making sure that we get back to the task.
Thank you, and enjoy your moment and your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Waiting to see the medal around your neck now.
So are you.
Okay, I have a question. So, Surinder Singh ji, बहुत बधाई हो आप सभी को. And the moment you realized कि जब आपको लगा कि हम जीत गए हैं, तो वो moment कैसा था 41 years बाद? The moment you realized that you have won, how was the moment? Like, how did you feel?
Me?
No, I'm Mr. Singh. आप बोलिए. आप दोनों ही, मतलब you both can express your feelings.
Actually, first of all, काफी अच्छी proud moment थी and एक emotional moment भी थी हमारे लिए, क्योंकि इतने टाइम के बाद इंडिया ने मेडल जीता and हॉकी में, and सभी बहुत खुश थे, क्योंकि जैसे मैंने पहले भी बताया कि जो हमने हार्ड वर्क किया, इतना टाइम स्पेंड किया है बैंगलोर में, वो आज काम आया. एंड आई थिंक चाहे हम डाउन भी चल रहे थे 3-1 से, तो सबके प्लेयरों में दिख रहा था कि वो जीतना चाहते हैं. इतना अग्रेसिव था, सभी ग्राउंड पे इतने अग्रेसिव थे कि यार जीत के जाएंगे. और बात भी यही, मतलब हाफ टाइम में बात कर रहे थे, यही कर रहे थे मोस्टली कि यही मोमेंट है, यही लास्ट टाइम है, अभी कर सकते हैं, बाद में रिग्रेट नहीं करेंगे कि मैच के बाद ये कर सकते थे, वो कर सकते थे. अभी टाइम है, जो करना है आपको अभी चांस है, आप करके दिखाओ. तो आई थिंक सभी प्लेयरों ने बहुत अच्छा एफर्ट डाला एंड पूरी टीम ने बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस दिया इसलिए हम.
Thank you,
Mr. Coach. How did you feel?
Yeah, it's wonderful, to be honest. It's you sort of let yourself go sometimes and dare to dream, and you know, I always try and keep them. One of the things we talk about a lot is zooming out, and we did it in this morning's meeting where we zoomed out, and I showed them a picture of the bronze medal, and we got up on the seat and we said, right, picture yourselves, you know, putting this medal around your neck tonight, and allowed us to think about it and to put yourself in that position, and then we zoom back in, and what did you have to do to get there, and that's when we zoom back in and talk about the tasks that we need to do today. What do we have to do to win? What do we have to do to achieve it? And I think when you actually do it, it's a very special feeling. That was great.
Exactly, the immediate feeling is very special. And thank you so much for giving us this moment. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Next question is from Karan. Karan saying, congratulations, coach, for the historic win. Losing the semi-final and then having to compete in a must-win bronze medal match could be a mental challenge for a lot of players. What was the conversation that happened in the lead up to the bronze medal match after losing to Belgium?
I think in the very first huddle, I talked about team first mentality, and the team first mentality really is about not allowing yourself to feel sorry for yourself. I'm trying to find the words to say it, but basically what it means is that if we're all disappointed that we missed out on gold and silver, but in reality, the best thing for the team is to put that behind you and put that behind us, and focus on that bronze medal game, and the players did a fantastic job in trying to let go of that as quick as we can. I think we gave them you know, that first night to you know, whatever the word is,
talk to each other, stay together.
Yeah, and that was the other focus, was coming together. You know, it's been the focus of this whole Olympics, is that we have to be able to do this together. We learned a lot from studying the teams of the past from India, and I think the concept of staying together in such a large village has been a difficult task, but something that we needed to do. So it was the team first mentality, but also that togetherness, which hopefully made a bit of a difference.
All right, we have Rika from NDTV. She wants to have ask a question. Rika, you can go ahead.
Nandini, can I just say if everyone can switch their cameras off because we're going to in the recording then.
Yes, please, everyone else, keep your cameras off. This is a request. We will be sending you this video.
Let me first ask my question to Harmanpreet. Harmanpreet, many congratulations for winning this medal. आप लोगों ने जो कारनामे किए हैं, इसका अंदाजा आपको है? Have you had a chance to talk to your family first, and secondly, your wishes for the women's hockey team?
जी बिल्कुल, एक्चुअली बहुत प्राउड मोमेंट है काफी सारे कुछ मतलब वो मतलब इमोशनल भी थे, काफी सारी मोमेंट्स ऐसी हुई हैं जो हम भी थे इमोशनल, ग्राउंड पे भी थे, हम फैमिली से बात करते भी, एंड ऑफ कोर्स जब विलेज में वेंट हुए हैं, ऑफ कोर्स सारी वुमेन्स टीम हमें कांग्रेचुलेट करने के लिए नीचे खड़ी थी, वेट कर रहे थे, एंड वो अच्छा लगा, प्राउड मोमेंट था वो भी एक इंडिया मतलब सारे विलेज में जितना भी हमारा इंडियन पर्सन थे वो नीचे हमारा वेट कर रहे थे एंड बधाई के लिए रुके हुए थे, एंड ऑफ कोर्स हमने भी उनको यही बोला कि एक्चुअली वो अच्छा खेल रही हैं, एंड आई थिंक जो कल का मैच होगा तो एक मजेदार मैच होगा, मैं दुआ करता हूँ कि वो जीते।
आप वहां पे मौजूद होंगे उनका मैच देखने के लिए?
ऑफ कोर्स 3 दिन निकालेंगे ऐसे जाएंगे, जरूर सपोर्ट करने के लिए जरूर जाएंगे।
Coach, you just said that the pacemakers kicked back. Tell me, what state were you in the last moment, dying moments of the game when they conceded a penalty corner?
Yeah, well, we were sort of trying to work out how much time was left, to be honest. The clock had stopped and hadn't been restarted, and we were trying to work out whether or not we could get it restarted quicker, and how much time we had that had been added. There was quite a lot going on, so I was a bit distracted, to be honest, which is probably a good thing. So I was focusing on how do we make sure that we end up being in a position to win. To see the corner, it's always one of the most nervous times, because as a coach you can talk about stuff and then you have to let it go, but our penalty corner defense has been very, very good this Olympic Games. In fact, it pretty much always is. But and so I was pretty confident. But sport has a way of taking away that confidence pretty quickly. But it was good. Well, the rest is history.
The emotions of the last 30 seconds.
Absolutely. I think once you realise that, and again, with hockey, it's the emotions of the last two seconds or 1 second or no seconds, because that even now with the rules they can refer once the final whistle has blown. So you don't really know until that final whistle is blown and there are no video referrals being upheld. So yeah, it's a stressful. I ask myself, why do we do this job? Seriously, why? It's like, why do you put yourself through it?
हरमनप्रीत, एक आखिरी सवाल आपके लिए। टूर्नामेंट से पहले या मैच से पहले पीएम मोदी ने शायद आपसे बात किया था। Tell us, what did you feel with the motivational message that he gave you guys?
I think अच्छा है कि अगर आप देश के जो प्रधानमंत्री हैं वो आपको बात कर रहे हैं, आपको मोटिवेट कर रहे हैं, अच्छी मूवमेंट होती है। ऑफ कोर्स वो काफी बूस्ट अप किया सारी टीम को।
We have Nandini, we have Simran here as well.
Yes, we have a question for Simran as well.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I didn't know Simran is there.
Can we join?
Is he hiding?
Can we join you?
Yes. Okay. Can I go?
Nandini, I would like to ask a question to Simran.
Yeah, sure, but there is a question from Rajaraman sir.
Yeah,
I want to ask a question
Nandini.
too.
We'll come
Please.
to you. We'll come to you. But Rajaraman sir, if you can go first, you had a question for Simran.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to the team for what it has done to all of us today. Both the coach and Simranjit can answer this question. सिमरनजीत, पहले तो आप टीम में नहीं थे, 16 मेंबर का जब टीम चुना गया तब आपका नाम नहीं था, उसके बाद आपको रिजर्व करके ले गए थे, लेकिन आज आपने 2 गोल बनाए. मुझे आपके इमोशंस बता दीजिए तीनों मोमेंट में, जब आपका नाम टीम में नहीं था, जब आपको वापस लिया गया और फिर आज जब दोनों गोल बनाए थे. Coach, I just am asking, was it a very lucky stroke of luck that we had Simranjit today, because you hadn't originally picked him in the squad of 16?
Yeah, well, that's the other thing about sport. When you get an opportunity, you have to take it. And I think that if you want a definition in Wikipedia, then maybe you'll see Simran's goals today to understand what I mean. And you know, we called upon him today. We've been sharing the load. As you saw, the heat has played a fairly significant role in our games, and because we play at such a high tempo, then it was pretty strategic to be moving players around and resting them and playing. And you know, when the great thing about having Simran there today was that he showed it. My faith in him and was able to put the ball in the net. I asked him for 3 goals. He only provided 2. So, you know, I'm not really that happy with him. But
Thank you so much, Coach. Simran, आप बता दीजिए आपने जो जज्बात थे, please share them with us.
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much, sir. जब ये टीम सेलेक्ट हुई थी, तो मेरे को डेफिनेटली फेथ था कि मैं टीम में सेलेक्ट होऊंगा. अनफॉर्चुनेटली मेरे को सिलेक्शन नहीं हुआ. जब तो एक फील होता है कि हर प्लेयर को कि हाँ मैं स्क्वाड में नहीं हूँ. तो उसी रात मेरे को कोच का मैसेज आया था कि यू आर नॉट सिलेक्टिंग एंड आई नो यू इज फ्रस्ट्रेटेड फॉर यू. एंड मैंने रिप्लाई किया था कोच को कि इट डजंट मैटर इफ आई सिलेक्ट और नो सिलेक्ट. इट डजंट मैटर वेयर वी स्टैंड एट द डे वी फिनिश ओलंपिक. दैट्स ऑल सर.
और आज गोल बनाने की बात भी बता.
वो सर जैसा कि जब मेरे लिए वो हम जो मैं और वरुण की प्लेयर में थे, वो FIS और IR का जो हमारे लिए लक था कि सब्स्टिट्यूट कर सकते हैं आप प्लेयर को, और मेरे को कोच ने चांस दिया. एंड मैंने प्रूव किया कि मैं भी टीम का हिस्सा हूँ. और जैसे जैसे कोच ने मेरे को चांस दिया, जितने भी मैच मेरे को खिलाया, मैंने अपना बेस्ट देना था उस मैचेस में. तो मैंने अपना बेस्ट देने के हिसाब से ग्राउंड में उतरता था. तो गोल सर, जब 11 प्लेयर खेलते होते हैं ग्राउंड में, किसी के भी हिस्से में गोल आ सकता है. वो एक टीम का मूवमेंट पीछे से चलता है, हर प्लेयर की उसमें इन्वॉल्वमेंट होती है. वो मेरा जस्ट लास्ट फिनिशिंग था, दैट्स ऑल सर. बाकी जो गोल था वो फुल बैक से स्टार्ट होता है. जो बॉल स्टार्ट करता है वहीं से मूवमेंट स्टार्ट होती है.
Thank you so much. Very well done, Simranjit. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Raja sir.
Nandini.
Next question from
Hello, Nandini. Hello. Hello, Nandini. I'm Gautam from ABC Live.
So I'll come back to you, Gautam sir. I have has to have. We'll ask a question.
Hi Nandini, this is Gautam from Gulf News. Can I go now?
Okay, I don't think Soumitra sir is able to unmute and ask a question, but yes, Gautam sir, you can go.
I'm there.
Yes, a quick question for Coach. Coach, in this grueling format of Olympics, 6 wins out of 8 matches, so that does call for, I mean, phenomenal consistency and self-belief, as we saw time and time again, including the semi-final. So what do you attribute it to? Is it the process? I mean, how did this come about? You said that you picked up a lot of things from teams of the past where, you know, they were found wanting, but this team rose to the occasion. Just you know, what lay behind this?
Oh, look, I think there's a number of things. You know, your team needs to be fit, and we've definitely increased the fitness level over the last 3 years or so, and I think you saw that in pretty much all the games here. I haven't been involved in a team that actually finishes a fitness test. We had what was it? 24 out of the 33 who ran as far as you can in a fitness test. That's just one simple example, but all the other things are all about details, all the little things. And that was one of my pre-game talks today was we talk a lot about different things that make up a game, and they keep a lot in their head when they're out there, and it really doesn't matter what I think or what the support staff do. These guys have to go out and execute it, and I think their ability to execute under pressure is what makes a really good team, and you just keep adding to that and adding to that, and I think we haven't seen the best of this group yet. I'm convinced that we have a lot to go, and we'll continue to do that over the next little while.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to all of you once again.
Thank you, Coach. Next question from Shumitra Bose. Graham, you have been part of 5 Olympic teams. How was this one different? You talked about India's medal resilience. Mark them on a scale of 10. Thank you.
Could Graham sit in the middle, please? He's out of the frame, Nandini. So the video we will get cut. So if you can sit in the middle and the others can sit on either side.
Sure.
Thank you.
How's that? So sorry, could I get been involved with 5?
I can ask the question, Graham. We did an interview before we left for Tokyo, and you said that you've been part of 5 Olympian teams. Like, of course, you are an Olympian yourself. So how was this team different from the others you managed or you played with? One, so my second question is that you also said that this Indian team was the most resilient team ever you've seen. So how would you mark them on a scale of 10?
Yeah, I'm not sure what number of 10 it would be. What I do remember saying is that these last 15 months have been a unique experience for everyone involved, and that the mental resilience of this team will have been increased and determined by these last 15 months. And don't underestimate the value of us being together during this last period, under duress, under stress, going through issues which none of us had ever been prepared for. And so when you add those into that equation, I'm sure a lot of that came out in the third quarter and the second quarter today. You really don't know until you put yourselves under that pressure. And so, if you were looking at today's performance based on what you're asking, the mental resilience was there to be seen, and let's say 8.5, 9 out of 10 for that performance today, and that's what won us the medal.
And my first question is that you've been in 5 Olympics. How was this Olympic different from the others?
Well, it's the first one where we were able to control our environment a little bit more, I think, as well. One of the things that we talked about beforehand was making sure that the bubble that you are in within an Olympic Games is controllable. And that's very, very difficult to do normally. You have lots of things from the outside, including the ability to go outside the village and see other events. We had none of that during this. And so it maybe was a little easier for us as staff, but also as a group to maintain that togetherness. And so I think that might have also played a factor. The fact that we had talked about it, the fact that we had learnt from other teams from previous Olympics. I think I'm so glad we did that process of reading about the previous Olympics, because all those little things, you're never quite sure what makes the difference.
Thank you very much, and congratulations. I think it's time to go home and celebrate with your son in Amsterdam.
Yes. Well, everyone's back in Perth now, so all good. Hey, Nandini, we are supposed to be right now in our medal tracksuits and downstairs. So I'm afraid we're going to have to pull the pin.
All the best. Thank you, Coach.
Right. Thank you, Coach. I completely understand. I think the bus is waiting for you.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. Congratulations, team, again. And Simi, fantastic stuff. Very happy to see the way you played. Congratulations, Harman.
Thank you, ma'am.
Guys, couldn't ask you a question, but many congratulations. This is Shivani Gupta from CNN News 18.
Thank you, Nandini. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
From Tamil Nadu.
Congrats.
Congratulations. It's from Tamil Nadu. Kungba magazine. So congrats.
तो ये विजेता टीम की प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस थी, जहां जाहिर तौर पे कोच ने और खिलाड़ियों ने, हरमनप्रीत ने, वाइस कैप्टन ने, सिमरनजीत सिंह ने जो स्कोरर हैं